From the United States to you fighting men of the United Nations, the Special Service Division of the War Department presents Downbeat. Hop on the bandwagon, Yardbirds. We're going to make with the music in Downbeat Hall. And our super-duper guest for this session is that eminent composer and conductor, the one, the only, Edward Kennedy Ellington. Or if that name doesn't ring the bell, let's just say it's Duke Ellington and his orchestra. As a man, it's Duke Ellington in the flesh. Welcome to Downbeat Hall, Maestro.
Thanks, soldier, and howdy, gang.
Duke, I think we ought to explain that your real name is Edward Kennedy Ellington, just as we used it a few minutes ago. I see where you get the Ellington, of course, but where does the Duke come from?
From the Duchess.
Ooh.
Oh, there I go. The fact of the matter is, soldier, they started calling me that back in high school. And now they call me a lot of other things.
Well, such as the aristocrat of jazz. And your music is still as sharp as it ever was. Duke, how's for a sample of one of your originals?
You're on, soldier. Here's a jumpy little affair I called Sea Jam Blues.
Red Hot and Aquamarine, Duke. Yes, indeed. The jump fans ought to be satisfied with that item.
Well, there's a lot of slow motion boys out there, too. Think we ought to do something about them?
Why, sure. And, brother, it's better be Mood Indigo or else.
Who's this character, soldier?
Well, that's Yasha the Yardbird, Duke. He speaks for the men all over the world.
And what if I don't play Mood Indigo?
I'll report you to the Association for the Prevention of Cruelty to Yardbirds.
Better make it Mood Indigo, Duke.
I've been framed. But as long as it's my own tune, here it is. Ivy Anderson handles the vocals.
Duke, us sentimental guys really owe you a fistful of thanks for turning out items like that. And by the way, isn't 1943 an anniversary year for you?
That's correct. We've been pushing the middle valve down below these 20 years.
20 years of band leader. That's a lot of time, Duke.
That's a lot of noise, soldier. But all kidding aside, my boys deserve the credit. They've kept me in business. Why, 3 of them have been with me since I left Washington, D.C. back in 1923.
Well, it's a top-flight group if I've ever heard one. As a matter of fact, the #1 band of the year in the annual poll conducted by the music magazine Downbeat.
Downbeat? Now, where have I heard that name before?
It's an old Chinese expression meaning music, maestro, please.
You don't have to hit me over the head with a blockbuster. Here's a little jump tune my son Mercer Ellington wrote. He calls it John Hardy's Wife.
Duke Ellington's versatile band can play practically anything you hand him, and right now the Duke is handing out a rumba he wrote with Juan Tizo, Moon Over Cuba. Well, Dr. Ellington, really, say, Duke, this program is beamed all over the world, you know, wherever United Nations fighting men are stationed.
Don't I know it? My son is out there now.
Well, I certainly hope he's listening in. Hey, didn't you used to do a little globe-trotting yourself?
Yes, before things got hot in Europe, we played all over the place.
Oh, yes, I've read how the critics compared you to Mickey Mouse. They said the only 2 original art forms to come out of the United States are Mickey Mouse and Duke Ellington.
Well, there you are. A rat and a cat. Am I Doug? Mug?
You are Scoop Duke. And the cats out there are waiting for something really sizzling.
Okay, here's our version of Blip Blip with Ray Nance doing the wobbling.
got the cats yowling, Duke. Have you got any new numbers you'd like to trot out today?
Well, here's one that's not doing badly. When I first wrote it, I called it Never No Lament. Goes something like this.
Hey, wait a minute, Duke, wait a minute. That's don't get around much anymore.
That's right, soldier. You see, I knocked out the tune over 2 years ago and called it Never No Lament. Then about 8 months ago, Bob Russell wrote some words to it, and we changed the title to Don't Get Around Much Anymore.
Well, just don't stand there, man. Let's have the full treatment.
You heard what Yasha said, Duke. Give out. That was wonderful, Duke. Now I'll go over and take a break while I remind the men about sending in those requests. Remember, fellas, Downbeat is your show, and we'll play what you ask for. So just send your requests to Special Service, Los Angeles, USA. That's all the address you need. Special Service, Los Angeles, USA. All right, Duke, what next?
We'd like to play an original by my protege, Billy Strayhorn, who is also my arranger. He calls it Clementine.
Say, Duke, this Clementine is a far cry from the 49er version.
Well, our Clementine is in the groove and refuses to move.
I got you. By the way, fellas, Duke Ellington is a 3-time winner of the ASCAP Award for Best Song of the Year. In 1935, he copped the prize with Solitude, in 1937 with Caravan, and in 1938 with I Let a Song Go Out of My Heart. Which one will it be now, Duke?
It's kind of a tough choice, soldier. Suppose we ask Yasha, the Yardbird. What do you say, Yasha?
Get lonely, brother.
The Yardbird has spoken, Duke. Looks like Solitude.
In my solitude, Lord above, send back my love.
Good old Solitude. They don't come any better than that one, Duke. And I wish we had time for a lot more.
Well, maybe you'll slip us an invitation to drop in for another visit. Until then, so long, fellas. Good luck.
Our thanks to you, Duke Ellington. And men, don't forget to drop into Downbeat Hall the next time we come around. That'll be soon, and with another famous band.